Menopause for a lot of women is seen as a time of endings, but what it actually is a time of transformation. Like matrescence, moving from your single, independent life as a young female into that of pregnancy, into that of motherhood. This is a time for you moving from the life that you have lived as a strong, beautiful woman into this time of hormonal change, which brings with it a whole bag of interesting events, I guess you could say. For some women, they just cruise on through. For others, they have a lot of physical activity that goes on in their life, in their body, issues that arise that are hard to deal with. But this is a great time in which to sit in this time of transformation, to slow down, to acknowledge that it's a time of new beginnings, of reflecting, of discovering yourself, who you are, where you're going, what you've actually achieved. I've found it's been a time for me to actually celebrate who I am for the first time in my life, to actually be fully present with what I've achieved in my life, especially now I have adult children and I have a beautiful grandson, and I look at him and I cuddle him and I love him, and I think back to when my own children were that age and how far I've come in that 29 years and what I've achieved. So having a grandchild can remind you of all that's gone on in that time from when your children were little babies. So it's a time of great reflection. It's a time to look within, to connect to the essence of who you are. It's a time to ask yourself questions like, who am I now? What do I want in my life now? What's important to me now? Because your priorities would have changed incredibly from the person you were, say, 5 years, 10 years ago. What truly matters to you? I've had some pretty amazing epiphanies over the last few years as I've transitioned into menopause. I've had to really dig deep because of my own physical problems that I've experienced since having to have a hysterectomy due to growing a fibroid that was like a fourth baby. It pushed me into menopause prematurely, way before I was really ready. And I knew nothing about menopause. And I've had to seek out how to deal with menopause, how to physically move my body, how to get strong again, how to find my confidence again. Because it really does knock you down when you're not prepared for menopause. And it can leave you just so frustrated and feeling very down and depressed and isolated. So the reason I'm doing these YouTube videos is to help women perhaps who are struggling with all these things, but also the mental health aspect, which is really, really incredibly important for women to stay on top of their mental health during this transition. As I said, I've had some pretty amazing epiphanies, and I want to uncover with you right now some of what I've discovered. I think it's really important, number one, that you understand that your body is a source of wisdom. Menopause invites you deeply into understanding your body better, what it needs, what it wants, honoring yourself, really being strong and resilient, listening in. Do you need sleep? Do you need to exercise? Do you need some good food? Listening in intently, not rushing around, giving out to everybody else, but actually pulling in your energy for you to fill your cup first, and then you can give to others when it starts to overflow. Vitally important for looking after yourself. Your needs and desires matter. For years, you may have put others first. You may put your family first, your kids, your career, your responsibilities, your partner, your husband, your wife. But now it's time for you to sit still, shut the noise down, and ask yourself, what do I want? What do I want in my life now? You've got the right to explore all your possibilities now, to create some boundaries around your life. Perhaps you didn't have those in place before. To say, I want to go and travel. I want to go to that country. I don't want to be friends with those people anymore. I want to be friends with these people. I want a new friendship group. I want to give to me every day, physically, mentally, emotionally, to elevate my energy, to feel strong and confident again, to work on me, to give to me in a selfless way, like I've been giving out to everybody else in a selfless way. Because as women, we are selfless, especially when we do have children. We give, give, give. And I know myself, I've been giving for 29 years to my adult children, which is fantastic. I don't regret it. I don't have any bad feelings about that. But this is a time now to give to me, to reclaim your energy, to get your mojo back. Sometimes we're just so exhausted, we can't give to others, but we can change that. And it starts with what we need to think about, getting clarity around what our wants and needs are, asking ourselves, what do we want? How do we create our life by design? That's what I help women do. And if this is something you want help with, I offer coaching to women to help them create the life they want and desire, because you deserve it. You really deserve it. And menopause can be a great transitional time in which to start to think about all of these things. Letting go is liberating. So menopause encourages you to release what no longer serves you, whether it's outdated beliefs. So what are you still hanging on to that you've been hanging on to for years? Maybe you've got issues still from when you were a child. Do you recall stories when you were put down by your parents, by your teachers, the school teachers? Do you still have those stories that you're carrying around with you of being wounded by people in your life when you were growing up? The 8-year-old, is your 8-year-old self still crying? What beliefs are so outdated now? They no longer serve you. Are you still holding on to toxic relationships, dysfunctional relationships that don't serve you, that are holding you stuck? Societal expectations. Are you holding on to being bullied in the workplace? You know, where you really felt hard done by? Are you holding the belief of being the victim? You're in the victim mentality and you can't get out of it, and it's everybody else's fault but your own. This is a great time in which to let go, to create some space for yourself, to create the life you want and desire, a deeply fulfilling life. This is when you can do it, when you are in this stage and place of sitting and looking around you at what you have in your life and what's going on. Because you're stronger than you know. You really are. Reflecting on your life causes you to reflect about the things that have worked and what hasn't, to recognize how far you've come. So again, look at how far you've come. What have you achieved in your life? Every challenge, experience, scenario that didn't go your way was a lesson, was an opportunity for you to grow and learn. It wasn't to put you down. It was to help with your growth. And this is an epiphany that I've had over the years. Every time that I've been smashed and I've been pushed down and someone's tried to hold me back and not let me speak my mind, speak my truth, it's a chance for me to go, that is not what I want. And to grow as a person, to become wise and resilient and capable of navigating the next stage, the next door opening. Because remember, when every door closes on you, a new door opens, and it's often more powerful than the last. See your life as a chapter or chapters. I always say, right now, I'm writing a new chapter. And that chapter is unfolding daily. I'm creating a chapter in my book of life. And this chapter is going to be more powerful than the last. That's how you can see your life. It isn't the end of vitality, of your mojo, of your creativity, of your purpose. So if you're feeling like you've lost your purpose, guess what? During menopause, this is a chance to really go, you know, I've always wanted to do that thing. I've always wanted to become this or that. This is a chance to do it. But you have to believe in yourself and trust in yourself 100% because you've got this. It's the beginning of a powerful chapter. How does it go? Could you write that chapter right now? If I challenge you to write in your journal, how does this chapter unfold for you? What does it look like? How does it read? Write it down. Write it down as if it's already happened. The power of writing down your wants and needs in your life is so powerful. It's how we manifest, how we bring things to us. And I believe I've mastered a formula that I learnt from Bob Proctor, who's from The Secret. I worked with him for 14 months, one-on-one coaching, believe it or not, back in 2007. He was my mentor for 14 months. I learnt through imagining the very thing that you want to create and desire to already be in your life. I've created cars, houses, my books that I wrote, my business. I've created it all. It's powerful. So write down your story, your next chapter, and what it looks like, what it feels like. Get into the feeling. Menopause is a great time to actually stir you up to be creative. Tune into that. It sparks the freedom to live authentically. No more bullshit. No more apologizing for who you are as a woman. Lift your confidence back up. Don't let it knock you down. This is a time to really tap into the energy that you have within you, the power you have within you as a woman, to be that unapologetic woman, to embrace your true self. No more imposter syndrome. No more showing up pretending you're someone that you're not. Get real. This is your chance to be real, to live life in an authentic way. Wow, doesn't that sound amazing? And it's all about where we're at mentally. So we have to change our beliefs. And it starts today, being true to who you are. Joy and fulfillment are within your reach. So you'll uncover what truly brings you happiness when you tune into your authentic self, when you tune in to what you want and desire in your life, and you start chasing after it. You go after it. You open the door to it. You stop playing small, but you step up and you play big. And you say, yes, damn it, I'm going to get that money so I can do that thing. Or I'm just going to put my head down and I'm going to work at this very thing that I want to work at. Because I don't know about you, but I'm 55. And I've got a whole lifetime ahead of me of things that I want to do. And it starts today, working towards having those things come to me. It's a mindset. Trust and believe in what you want and desire to be true and real. It's already in your life. It's there. It's just waiting for you to grab it and pull it in. What you want and desire has to resonate with your soul. You have to believe in it. You have to believe you're worth receiving it. If you've got low self-esteem, low self-worth, this is sabotaging you from getting what you want. You can't operate with low self-esteem and low self-worth. It will sabotage your life. You have to release that, and I can help you do that. As a coach, motivator, and empowered woman who empowers women, that is what I do. So reach out. I'm available for coaching if this is something that you need to rid yourself of. You need to tap into your soul's purpose. What's your soul's purpose? Why are you here? What's your journey? What is something that you've wanted to do your whole life but you've never done it? I guarantee that's your soul's purpose. If you're like me, you may have tapped into the very thing earlier on in your life that is your soul's purpose. Maybe you haven't found that yet, but it's there for you. So what's something that you would ideally love to be doing in your life and you're not doing it? Find that clarity, because this clarity is going to allow you to focus on creating a life that aligns with your deepest values. And when you're coming into your life and living your life from that place, it's so powerful. Sky's the limit. You can create anything. Absolutely. Isn't that wonderful? Isn't that just so empowering? Just know you're not alone. So reflecting reveals the importance of everything that's going on in your life, the connections you're making. Seeking support from like-minded women like myself is imperative to helping you to find the comfort and understanding and the inspiration to navigate through this transitional time. So I was really knocked down by having to have surgery for that fibroid. I was rock bottom. I didn't know how I was going to come out of that hole. The surgery itself just completely knocked me down, having to learn how to exercise again when I'd been an incredibly fit woman. Mentally, physically, and emotionally, I was so strong. But I really spiraled down, regardless of all of that. And I've had to slowly work towards building myself back to where I am today. And I can help you get to this place of deep, calm surrender, a place where you are sitting in, acknowledging who you are, where you've come from, what you've achieved, and where you're going next. So if that's something that really interests you, please reach out. Look at the links below and subscribe to this channel. I'll be doing more videos like this to help empower you, to support you, to help you on your journey of creating a beautiful, empowered life, a life by design that you absolutely deserve. These epiphanies that you're going to receive are going to propel you forward. So be open to them. Journaling is vital to understanding these epiphanies. When you have that light bulb moment go off, write it down so you don't forget about it. And then sit with it and say, wow, what was that about? Why did I go through XYZ? What was that for? The epiphany will be acknowledging why that very thing happened in your life, because it's actually led you to this moment. Everything you've been through in your life has led you to this moment, and it's all been for a reason. It hasn't been in vain. It hasn't been for no purpose. It's all had a purpose. So your job now is to sit, use your superpower as a woman with your intuition to tune in, to tap in, to understand who you are, the essence of who you really are, and who you're going to show up to be from this moment on. So I'm Gabrielle Targett. I've been assisting women on their journey to empowerment for many, many years. And I'm passionate and I love all aspects of helping women, particularly mentally, to find their place, to find their purpose, to really live their best life, confidently, happy, and at peace.